Merry meet. Welcome to Witch Magic. I'm Dawn, and I will be taking you on a spiritual journey to all things magic and witchcrafts. Hello everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Witch Magic. Today, we are going to talk about Friday the 13th and Mabon. So, I know it has been forever since I've released an episode on this show. So, a while back, probably about a month or so ago, I had asked people on the Facebook page if they wanted me to continue with the Magic Moonlock episodes. And I didn't get any feedback at all for that. So my thing is that I'm gonna hold off on that for a while unless you write to me, comment or whatever, and let me know that you really love those episodes and that you want me to continue. Just because it is kind of a lot and I have a lot going on right now. And having those, come out weekly, I'm doing all my research and looking up the astrological charts and everything like that. It is a lot of work. I don't mind doing it because I love putting out the content that you guys like. But if I'm not getting any feedback, I don't know whether or not you're liking them. So if you could just let me know. And if you want to see me continue the Magic Moonlock episodes, let me know if there's something I can improve on. Honestly, a little bit of criticism goes a long way. You know what I mean? But be nice. No, really, if there's something that you don't like about it, let me know. If there's something that you would like to see more of on those episodes, let me know. I really do value your opinion. So it does mean a lot to me. Okay, I had to take a moment because I realized that I wasn't using my new microphones that I have. And I wanted to kind of see the difference in the sound. So I'm going to keep what I already recorded without the microphone. And now I'm using the microphone. So let's see if it makes a difference. Now, I have these little microphones that they actually clip to your clothing. But right now I have it on my table. And I'm going to see if that makes a difference. Okay, so anyway, as I was saying, let me know about the Magic Moonlock episodes, if you want me to continue them or not. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep putting out monthly content instead, something like this. And I know I didn't put anything out last month because I've just been super busy and the timing wasn't right and just a lot going on. Anyway, let's get into talking about Friday the 13th. So Friday the 13th is considered unlucky, the unluckiest day, regardless of what month it falls in. And this month it so happens to fall in September. I happen to love Friday the 13th, but why is it considered unlucky? Well, it depends on who you ask. Part of it stems from traumatic circumstances that just so happened on this day, such as the Nazis bombing Buckingham Palace, 2 planes crashing on the same day, and just recently, a country shutting down due to COVID. In Norse mythology, our trickster god Loki was the 13th guest of a godly dinner party. Loki caused the world to plunge into darkness. It's not just Friday the 13th that has people nervous. It's the number 13 in general. It's considered unlucky, and some people and businesses refuse to use it. For example, have you ever noticed that there is no floor 13 in a hotel? It will go straight from 12 to 14 and totally skip the number 13. I don't skip the number 13. My birthday is on the 13th, April 13, in fact, and I love it when my birthday lands on a Friday. It is so amazing. I love it. It's not going to be that way for a while. I think I have like another few years to go before it's going to land on the 13th. So I'm like bummed out about that. But anyway, don't forget one of our favorite horror movies, Friday the 13th. Yes. And I know that I've mentioned this in a previous episode before. Probably last October I did, when I was doing all the haunted themes and scary movies and stuff like that. But I actually met Kane Hodder, who plays Jason in some of the Friday the 13th movies, the better Friday the 13th movies, I might add. And recently, I noticed that he has a contest out where you can win to go do a paranormal investigation with him. Now, I did not enter, but oh my goodness, how cool would that be to do paranormal investigating, which I used to do with Kane Hodder, Jason Voorhees from Camp Crystal Lake. Holy cow, that would just be wicked cool. Anyway, yeah, when I met him, and I know, like I said, I know I've told you the guys this before, but you might be new here. You might not have heard that episode, whatever the case may be. But it is a fun story anyway, and I love telling it. I met him at this spooky theme park a while. This was probably back in the late 90s, okay? As a matter of fact, it was back in the late 90s, mid to late 90s. And he was one of the guests. You know, they had celebrity guests at these events. He was one of the guests that was just signing autographs and taking pictures and stuff. Back then, you could get a picture with a celebrity for free. Nowadays, you go to these Comic Cons and horror cons and whatnot, and they charge you an arm and a leg to get a picture with them. But anyway, I guess that's how they're making their money these days. But anyway, yeah, so he was taking 2 people up at a time for some reason. I guess to make the line go faster or whatever. And there was this guy next to me. I didn't know who it was. A guy next to me. And he, brought us both up there together. And Kane was behind a table, He was kind of like higher up a little bit. So, said hi to him and stuff like that, just kind of shooting the breeze for a couple of seconds. And he offered us, the 2 of us, me and the guy standing there, a munchkin donut from Dunkin' Donuts. The little donut, if you don't familiar with Dunkin' Donuts, the donut holes. They're little round things that look like they came from the middle of the donut. So him being a serial killer in the movies, right? I kind of joked to the other guy next to me and I said, hey, don't eat it. It might be poisoned. And Kane got right in my face, slapped the table, and said, if I was going to kill you, I wouldn't do it with a donut. I would slash your head off. And I was like, yes, I've been threatened by Jason Voorhees. That was so amazing. Now you can see why I love telling that story. So yeah, but that was a long time ago. Anyway, and I know like all the haunted events are going to be starting to happen and everything. Actually, they already are starting to happen. So I am so psyched about this. It is crazy. Anyway, let me know how you celebrate Friday the 13th. And now my favorite time is finally here. Mabon falls on September 22nd. Yes, the first day of fall, the fall or autumnal equinox. I'm already noticing leaves changing colors outside on the trees. Or actually, they're on the ground, when they're getting blown around and everything. And I just love it. And pumpkin spice is out now. And oh yes, I've been getting my fill of pumpkin spice. My newest thing that I tried so far this year is pumpkin spice frosted flakes. Oh my God, it's so good. It is so delicious. It's great, right? As Tony the Tiger would say. Anyway, so yes, I call this pumpkin season. And I already started decorating my home with fall decor. Not that much because I promised Chris that I wouldn't overdo it right now because he still wants his summer. But once the September 22nd comes and it is officially fall, yes, it's going to be red, orange, and yellow in here. Everything. And I've already got pumpkin scented Scentsy wax going on and stuff like that. So, oh yeah. I love it. My favorite time of year. And of course, we have Halloween coming up. So, I'm so excited. So, speaking about Mabon, the Witches Sabbath, first day of fall, and everything like that, This is a time when day and night are perfectly balanced, okay? And we start to get the cooler weather, and it's still a little warm outside. As you can see behind me, the sun is blasting, but it has been a little bit cooler, and I have been wearing my hoodie in the mornings, so I'm all excited about that. And I also wear my hoodie at work sometimes because, we keep it a little cool in the office. So, a good excuse to wear a hoodie. I love it. So we give thanks to the earth's abundance, right? And ways to acknowledge Mabon are to decorate your home with fall colors, pumpkins, gourds, acorns, pine cones, you name it. Have a bonfire and reflect about the past season in your journal. Correspondences for Mabon are, the colors are red, orange, brown, and yellow. Foods are apples, nuts, and grapes. Herbs, honeysuckle, marigold, myrrh, rose, and sage. And crystals are yellow topaz, yellow agates, and lapis lazuli. All right, so this is a nice short episode, but I am going to read a couple of things for you. So I have this Magical Almanac by Llewellyn, and it's for this year. I have not read from this to you guys at all this year because we've been doing the Witches Spell a Day, which I also have that too, so I do have a spell for you. But let me read about September. And I know like my Harry Potter bookmarks. This one's Harry. He was bookmarking my page for me so I wouldn't forget where to go. All right, so the month of September. And I'm going to do this from now on the rest of the year. I know we only have like a few more months left, but I will read from this. And next year when I get the next almanac, I'll read from that as well. Okay. Apart from the equinox on the 22nd, September's vibe is fairly quiet too. The universal month number this month is 8, the number of power. This is the number that deals with taking charge and making things happen. The tarot card for September is the Star. Something that's been in the pipeline for a while might just fall into place all of a sudden. The sun is in Virgo into the autumn equinox on the 22nd when it moves into Libra. Virgo is a hard-working sign, and this is in harmony with the universal month number. With the new moon in Virgo on the 2nd, the start of this month is ideal for sweat equity. The second quarter moon on the 11th is in Sagittarius, which may bring some distractions. The full moon in Pisces on the 17th is a supermoon and a partial lunar eclipse. And it's a perfect time to blend the practicality of Virgo with the creative nebulousness of Pisces. The month ends with the fourth quarter moon in Cancer on the 24th. People may be oversensitive about things. So isn't this great? Because it is kind of like some of the advice that I would give out on the Magic Moonlog episodes. And like I said, I have not used this book for the Magic Moonlog episodes. I did my own research and used the astrological calendar and all that kind of stuff. So that was pretty cool. So it kind of like is a condensed version of it. You know what I mean? All right, so Spell a Day from the Witches Spell a Day Almanac. And yes, Hermione was saving this page. And this is the Acorn Protection Spell. And it's for Wednesday, September 18. The color of the day is topaz. And the incense of the day is honeysuckle. Oak is a strong and water-resistant wood, which is why it's used to make whiskey barrels, boats, and flooring. The powers of the oak tree are easily harnessed in magical work because of the abundance of acorns, which are, of course, oak seeds. This spell utilizes the power of the oak to protect your home. Start by collecting 4 acorns near your home. Now, if you live in a zone with no oak trees, collect 4 tree seeds native to your area. Once you have gathered the acorns, hold them in your hand and feel the protective energy that radiates from them. Let that energy mingle with your own. When you are done, The acorn should be warm to the touch. Place an acorn on each side of your home. You can bury each acorn or simply set it next to your house. Alternatively, if you don't have a yard, simply place each acorn in an out of the way space in your home. As you set down each acorn, say, "Mighty oak, protect this space. Share with us your power of place. Keep your home safe from harm. With this acorn, the oak tree's charm." Repeat this spell every year for maximum effect. And that was written by Amanda Lynn and Jason Mankey. All right, so now I'll read an oracle card. And this is from the Moonology deck. And as I shuffle these cards, think about what you would like to know for this month of September. And especially Friday the 13th. And Mabon, right? The upcoming fall season. And I happen to know, I mean, you can like any season you want. There's no requirement that if you're a witch, you have to love the fall and Halloween and all that kind of stuff. But I do happen to know a lot of witches that love this season. So yeah, it is amazing. Oops, okay. Time for me to stop shuffling. And I've got, it's time to release negativity. And it's the full moon in Scorpio. So, page 82. All right. If you've been feeling paranoid and acting weird, take this card as a very direct message from the cosmos to stop it. Worrying yourself is pointless. It's time to release any negativity you have around the situation you're asking about. If someone has been unkind to you, perhaps it's time for you to release them. This card heralds an emotionally intense time, since both the full moon and Scorpio themselves are both extremely intense. It's time for you to feel all your feelings. There could be some nastiness in the air when you pull this card. If that's the case, take it as a sign to move away from anyone or anything you feel is toxic. For some, however, this card has a totally different meaning. Your sex life can improve now if you make an effort. Use your magic. You have all you need inside you to bring about your desired result. And the Attuned to the Moon says, emote. It's all better out than in. Additional meanings for this card. It's time to move from living fearfully to living joyfully. You're right to have your suspicions. Grudges are toxic. Let something go. The end of an argument. And the teaching says, the full moon in Scorpio has a sting in its tail. It can herald a vindictive end to a relationship. It can also be a time when we want to be good, but we're naughty. If you pull this card, no matter when, your dark side and your shadow self may be showing. The full moon in Scorpio is also a time of magic. If you were thinking of making some magic, this is your sign to do it. All right. And there we have it. So I will be posting on the Facebook page the spell of the month, which we just did. And, and don't forget to check TikTok because I do put snippets of these episodes on there as well. As far as the everyday spells cards go, when I was doing those for the Magic Moonlog episodes, we still have some left. And I do want to get through the deck with you guys. So what I'll probably do, I'll probably just release those on TikTok as well. And when I do, I will post them to the Facebook page also. Okay? All right. Well, that's all I have for you today. I am so excited about fall, Halloween, everything coming up like that. Beetlejuice is out, part 2. I have not seen it yet. We were planning on going to see it this weekend. Might have to wait till next weekend. I'm not sure yet. At this time of year, I have to start watching scary movies. I mean, I love watching horror movies anyway, no matter what time of year it is. But I especially try to get a horror movie in at least once a week, from now until, Halloween. And me and my daughter Juliet and her boyfriend's daughter came over. They came over to my place and we watched a movie called The Watchers. And it's brand new this year. We saw it on HBO Max. And it was a pretty cool movie. I had been wanting to see it. I am a big M. Night Shyamalan fan. I love his movies. So when I saw that he had this movie come out, I was like, oh, I got to see that, right? It started off a little bit slow, which I feel like some of his movies do. But then once it gets going, it's like, whoa, okay. This is weird. This is intense. This is crazy. If something like this were to happen, holy crap, what would we do, right? I'm not going to go into it too much in case you haven't seen it yet. I don't want to spoil it. But I do recommend watching that movie, The Watchers. It's with Dakota Fanning, and she's the only star that I know in the movie. But the other actors were good in it too, so I just don't happen to know really much about them. But yeah, I do highly recommend seeing that movie. So yeah, I hope that you liked this episode. I hope that it was fun because I just love Friday the 13th and fall and Halloween's coming. And don't you worry, I will be having an episode next month talking about Halloween, Samhain, scary things, spooky things, whatever might come up. And yeah, so if you're not following me on the Facebook page, come follow the Facebook page. Links will be on the show notes. And if you're watching this on YouTube, will be in the description. And please rate and review because that does get the show noticed and it does help other people find it. And yeah, come join me. Come join me on TikTok, Instagram, everything. All right, everyone. Stay safe and be magical. Thank you for tuning in to Witch Magic. If you like this show, please head over to Apple or Spotify and give me a 5-star rating and a review. It will really help with the algorithm of the show and to help people find it. Thank you.